What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we got some more juicy news about upcoming summoning events. Like, we don't have enough going at the moment. We're actually gonna get some more. And this makes me wonder, what is Plarium planning? What is the big plan here? What's the big picture? Because it's kind of like odd to have the events that we're having with the champions that we're having and getting even more on top of it and letting us know so early, actually. So this really makes me question, like, what is happening? What plans they have for this weekend? Because I feel like this might not be all, you know. If you're not familiar, today we have quite a few champions on the 15x progressive chance, right? We have all these amazing champions, Duchess being one of them, Yumeko, so you'll be seeing the video later on today, guys. I'm definitely going for her. These, of course, are the same champions, but tomorrow we actually have a few different ones. The epics are still staying the same, but for tomorrow we actually have Elva. So if you guys don't have an Elva, she is actually up for the grabs tomorrow. We have Razelvarg. If you haven't done the fusion, the Bugs Bunny is up for the grabs as well. He's a pretty dope champion. Then we have Mighty Uko. Again, another awesome champion. If you haven't done the fusion, definitely a solid one to get. Of course, this requires you to have a lot of shards and is out of events. You don't have any fusions going on at the moment. So I would personally suggest you to just chill, unless you don't really care about that and you just want to YOLO it, you know, which is up to you. Good luck. Then, of course, we have Suzanne the Valorous. Today, Yumeko. Tomorrow, Suzanne. After we have maybe Tranda, or who knows. I don't think we have Tranda on Friday. I'm just saying it, like, they're pushing us towards Hydra, right? Is this the final chance to get it before the big nerf comes or whatever is happening? So Yumeko today, Suzanne tomorrow. Then on Friday, guys, because how I mentioned, there's not all. This Friday, January 26th, they're planning to launch a few events simultaneously. They're planning to launch a 2x to summon epic and legendary champions from primal shards. No mythicals, okay? Only epic and legendaries, which is a bit disappointing. Then, also they're planning to launch a progressive chance event, giving you at least a 15x chance to summon the champions of your choice from Ancient, Primal, Sacred, and Void, which is good. So it's a 2x on primals. If you have any, they're expensive. You're barely getting any from the game, so I don't know, man, like, it's good to have these 2x on it together with a 15x progressive chance for some awesome champions, but I feel like it's so hard to get the shards that, yeah, it kind of like leaves me cold, you know? The first champion that we have on the event, guys, is going to be Harima. Awesome champion, super powerful for a live arena. We've recently done a video, me and Drock, for a top 20 live arena champions rank from 20 to 1. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. She's actually one of the very top champions for live arena. Super powerful, great for a lot of other content. People are sleeping on her and not really thinking more than arena. Great for Hydra, great for clan boss, because this skill deals a lot of damage. She stacks a lot of defense. She decreases the defense. Provoke, AoE, which makes her great for Hydra. Decrease attack, you know. She actually has a very powerful kit. Great for other content if you're struggling in the Iron Twins Fortress, you know, when the boss ignores defense, or whenever any boss ignores defense, even on the Sand Devil's Necropolis, her passive will actually work, guys, you know, and that will actually tank for your team even more. Then we have a Martyr, one of the 3 counterattack champions, of course, the second best counterattack after Valkyrie. I am using her quite a bit now in my Fire Knight team, and honestly, for a very long time, I had no value out of this champion because she kind of like got power crept by unkillable teams and other stuff in clan boss, and she felt more of a progression champion rather than a universal endgame champion. And now she's very solid for the Fire Knight hard mode, so definitely solid. Don't get me wrong, she's an amazing champion, but it just felt like she kind of like dropped a bit in the endgame for the last few years till the hard mode dungeons came in. Defense down on the A1, increase defense, counter attack on a 3-turn cooldown, decrease attack and provoke on a 4-turn cooldown, defense aura for all battles, and she smacks. Martyr actually smacks pretty good. Then we have Molly Tankard. Amazing champion, super powerful for a Hydra as a provoker. She has this skill that provokes without attacking the enemy, and this is an AoE The provoke can be up for 2 turns instead of 1. Reflect damage, which makes her great as a mischief target. The A1 doesn't really do much, but then you have the revive skill on the A3 with the block damage and turn meter. And you have the passive that fills the turn meter, allowing your team to rotate faster than usual, which is actually very, very good. So definitely Molly tank card, super, super nice. And she was the one of the very first few fusions we had in the game, actually. I think she came after Fowleaf. Back in the day when fusions were a rarity, you know, like every 2-3 months we used to get a fusion, not every 2 weeks. Then we have another champion, guys, which is Raf Matab. And if I'm not mistaken, he's from the Barbarians, right? Raf Matab. Yes, he is. I don't have him, you know, but I kind of forgot where he was from. 100%. I wasn't sure 100% anymore. Provoke, block damage on the champion. AoE provoke is not bad. Then you have increased resistance, reflect damage buff on all allies. Is nice, but it's on a 4-turn cooldown. This would have been nice on a 3-turn cooldown. The increased resistance for PvP doesn't really work, but for PvE can be more useful. This champion's resistance is increased by 50 whenever their active skills are not on cooldown. And he has a resistance aura. He's an average champion. I'm not going crazy after him, but he's okay. You know, he's definitely not the worst champion in the game. Then we have Bivald the Thorn, guys. He was a pass fusion as well, if I'm not mistaken. Another provoker, actually. With the A1, he has a chance to provoke. With the A2, again, has a chance to provoke and put Leech. Also places Strength and buff on the champion. And on the A3, places a shield on the team. Honestly, he's not too bad as a provoker. He's actually pretty interesting for Hydra. He's an HP-based champion, easier to keep alive, good for controlling waves and stuff. Then we have IronBrao, the champion that killed Elton, because a lot of people stopped using Elton. It feels like it's the fusion paradise, because this is another fusion. With the A1, he has a chance to decrease the duration of buffs. The A2 increase defense for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown and a chance to stun, provoke, and decrease attack. A passive that increases all of your teammates' defense by 10% of his own defense, and he has a defense aura for Doom Tower battles. Definitely not a bad champion, honestly. I feel like the old clan boss teams, guys, are so out of fashion that nobody really cares about these champions for clan boss anymore, like we used to do 2-3 years ago, before we had so many unkillable champions, you know. And moving over to Void Legendaries, guys, we're going to have Krisk, an awesome champion. Like, my god, he's one of the biggest carry in the entire game. AoE decreased speed. AoE attack, ally protection, continuous heal on the champion, increases the duration of buffs, provoke, increase speed on all of your team. Man, he does so much. Decrease attack. He has a shield for your entire team when he starts the fight. Defense down and decrease attack on the attacker. He's just too damn good, honestly. Just too damn good. Krisk, if you don't have the turtle, man, like, ratings are saying everything, okay? Everything. He used to be super powerful for Arena back in the day too. Now, of course, he's out of the meta, but when they released him, he was actually super solid. And we have one more Void Legendary, guys, and this is going to be Graur Iron God. I would love to get him as well. Actually, he's super solid for Hydra, and I think I would replace Krisk from my Nightmare team with a Graur to increase my damage, you know. AoE attack puts a shield on the team. AoE attack, enemy max HP, increases the duration of all buffs on the ally. And we have Provoke, increased resistance, and increased defense on all allies. And he has this passive that heals. It's kind of like a Burgot on steroids, you know, and a defense aura for all battles. We have a few awesome epics as well, starting with Tagi the Frog. Now, a lot of people are always kind of like wondering, is this champion good? He's super good, guys. Decrease attack, provoke. You have the shield, the ally protection. You have the poisons on the passive. He's just so good for so much content. Honestly, he's definitely one of the top epics in the game. He just does so much. And because we were talking about Burgot, he's in the menu too, on the menu. He has these two passives which really make him very interesting, especially this one right here. That's basically why Burgot is known for. This passive that heals, he does have a triple hitter on the A1, a chance to provoke, to decrease attack, AoE with the A2. He's a nice champion. Very good for a lot of the Doom Tower bosses to keep your team alive, you know, 100%. And even for Arena, 3v3 Arena, if you need him and stuff like this, definitely not bad. Then we have Burgot the Malformed. He kind of sucks, this one, I'll be honest with you. He was a fusion as well, and the healing just is not good enough. You know, the healing was just not good enough. I can't remember if they buffed him since or no. A small chance to provoke. I'm not a fan of this champion. You know, like he's good food. He might be a bit better now with the Cursed City. You know, he might have a bit of a role in life now. You know. Then we have one from the Skinwalkers, and that is Frenzy. Frenzy the Cracker, the Cackler. Attacks an enemy, has a chance to activate the HP burn. Attacks 3 times at random with a chance to put HP burn and a chance to provoke with 8-3 AoE. He's definitely not a bad champion, you know? Well, she's not a bad champion. Frenzy the Cackler. But he's not the best either. I tried doing some teams for the Sand Devil's Necropolis with this champion, and unfortunately, because his Void Affinity is just very hard to keep alive, you know? Because it's neutral affinity to everything, so it's hard to justify using this champion. Then we have one more epic, and it's Prand from the Ogryn tribes. Again, he's a decent champion. Decrease speed, provoke. That's kind of like his main thing. Strengthen, continuous heal on a 4-turn cooldown. Interesting passive too, interacting well with the provoke debuff. So this is what we have in terms of events, guys. This event will be on for 72 hours. So for the entire duration of the weekend. It seems like including the 15x progressive chance will be on for the entire duration of the weekend. Now, of course, if you don't want to put any of these champions on your list, just don't put any of them. You know, I think once you put some of them in select, you cannot actually remove any of them from there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think they're planning something big for next week during the CVC? Or was the main reason why they are really draining the shards as much as they're doing it this week? A bit more than usual, I would say. You know, maybe they're trying to drain everybody for Marichka Taras for Valentine's, or maybe they're planning something bigger, maybe a guaranteed event soon. We didn't have one in a while. Of course, we have the pet event, which can be called a guaranteed too, because it's a guaranteed actually. But we didn't have an all classic guaranteed in a long time. Much love, appreciate every single one of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.